Hey folks, what is going on today? It is time for a random lunch and chat. Welcome to Lone Wolf Mountain. My name is Luke. Maybe you know that, maybe you don't. Either way, everyone is welcome here. It is a beautiful day here in the high country. It is gorgeous. 62 degrees. Feels amazing. At the same time, there's a breeze coming through that has just a little bit of a chill to it. It really feels good. It really does. It has been a while since I've done a random lunch and chat, and I figured today is a great day to do one. I've been out here filming some videos, namely with tarp setups, large tarps. If you're not familiar with setting up a large tarp, it can be quite a chore. Setting up a very large tarp is much different than setting up a small one. It takes quite a bit more work, it takes more thinking, and a little bit more skill to really get it set up properly. The thing is that you could do some incredible setups with large tarps. Turkey sandwich for the win. Oh yeah, made by Mrs. Wolf. Susie Q, I love you. Love you so much. Thank you. Everyone, cheers. Cheers with a sandwich. That's how I do it around here. Be right back. I forgot something. I forgot the coffee. Cheers now. Now, of course, everyone, we have to talk about the coronavirus. And to start off here, I'd like to hear from you all. How are you doing? I know a lot of people aren't working right now. Everybody's basically in lockdown. We are here in North Carolina. Virginia is as well. Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia. I mean, most places are. Please comment down below. Tell me how you're doing, how you're holding up. Has anybody had the virus? Here on the channel, my plan is not to talk about it much, and I really haven't. A brief mention here and there, that's about it. Now, this episode is going to be just a little bit different because I want to tell you all what is changing here at the channel because of the coronavirus. Now, when people hear the word change, they oftentimes flip out. Change makes people uncomfortable. The changes here are pretty minor for the most part. First off, all overnight adventures and hikes and stuff like that will be done here at Lone Wolf Mountain from here on out. Everything's closed. All the trailheads are closed. In North Carolina, Virginia, the Appalachian Trail is basically closed, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I've seen some of the trails here before they closed. 200 cars, 250 cars, people everywhere, everyone just clustered together, doing exactly what they are not supposed to do. When it comes to the shelter in place, when it comes to the guidelines set by the government, they are to benefit all of us, really. It's not so that we don't get the virus, it's to slow it down, There will be some tough days ahead for everyone, but we will make it through this. We will. In addition to all of the adventures being filmed here at Lone Wolf Mountain, I will be dialing back the reviews, the gear reviews. It just doesn't seem right to be doing gear reviews when so many people aren't working right now. I think everyone's priorities are different. So let's focus on what we have, right? Let's focus on educating, demonstrations, instructions, and so on. So I plan to do a lot of bushcraft stuff. I plan to talk a lot about gear and how to use it properly and skills involved using that gear. In truth, this is something that I've been meaning to do. I've gotten really focused on doing the gear reviews, and it feels good to be stepping away from that for a moment. Here at the channel, it's never about selling products. It's about information. So let's focus on using all of our outdoor gear in ways that you may not have seen before. Ever so often, I may have a review pop up, and that's fine, of course. But for the most part, it's going to be taking a back seat. I have over 30 years of outdoor experience to share with you all. And I read the comments, people have questions. I'm going to answer those questions. So if you have a suggestion, if there's something that you want to see, if there's something that you want to learn, send me an email and I'll make it happen. I spoke with my Patreon peeps the other night about the changes which are coming, the changes that are essentially going into effect now. And their level of support is greatly appreciated. It was very, very positive. I'm sure it's going to be the same with you all. We are in this together. And while things are changing around the world, things will change here just a little bit. Just a little bit. probably for the better, in fact. And over the next couple of months, it will be a great time to learn, to share, and to educate. And I'm excited to hear from you all, to receive your suggestions, and to see the videos that come out in the future. In a previous adventure, I talked about my daughter, who's in the Navy, and how her deployment was somewhat up in the air, especially with her training and whatnot. Check this out. None of this is classified information or anything. But she was supposed to go from blank to blank for some training before she deploys. And she was told that the training was canceled. Well, a week later she says, the training's back on, you have to report to blank by the end of the week. So she travels from blank, she goes to blank, only to find out that there was some sort of miscommunication and that the training is off. Her deployment has been canceled for now, delayed I guess, and that she has to go back to blank. That's funny. So the military has put her up in a hotel and she has to report back to duty at blank tomorrow. Maddie, I love you. I know you're a little bit ticked, but that's the military for you. It's funny, on the way over here, I had a turkey run out in front of my truck. That long neck of his going across the road. It's funny. When I got here, as soon as I began setting up the camera, turkey gobbling in the woods. I have been doing some searching, looking for antlers. Not a whole lot. I saw a few deer sign, some deer scratch, but not much this year. It's been pretty quiet. As for upcoming videos, one such video that I'm excited to film is in regards to using a hammock as a ground tent. This is something that is very uncommon, but it's easily done. And in fact, a hammock can make an awesome ground shelter. This is especially helpful, this information which I'm going to share with you all, for those who are hammockers, who may get into situations where, hello, buzzard, where there may not be any trees to set up at. That is coming up. Bushcraft trips are coming up. Also, I'm excited to get the hammock out. It's been a while, so I will have a hammock overnight adventure. Also, I will be showing you all how to stay 100% bug-free while using a tarp. There are numerous ways to go about doing that, and they're all pretty interesting in my opinion. Staying bug-free is especially important considering how rampant Lyme disease is today. I love sleeping under the stars, I love cowboy camping, but we all need to take the proper precautions to prevent Lyme disease. Especially in this area, Lyme disease is exploding. There was an article in the paper just the other day talking about how many cases are being reported, and it is super high. So I will be talking about that and more. I cannot wait to share these videos with you all. And with that being said, everyone, this video is pretty much done. I want to wish you all well. Everybody, take care, strength and honor. I know this coronavirus stuff is getting old. Everybody's tired of hearing people talk about it. That's why I'm not really going to talk about it all that much. Every once in a while, I will provide you all with a tip or tips. Remember, folks, we are in this together. We will get through this together. People ask me if I'm afraid. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of this. The odds are everybody will have to get this virus at some point in time. Right now, it's all about just staging it. We have to slow it down so that the system doesn't become overwhelmed. That's the most important thing. It is my advice, though, that everybody prepare as much as possible for the coming days, coming weeks, coming months. This is not something that is going to be over with anytime soon, and likely there are shortages coming. We've already seen the grocery stores as is right now. It's likely that it's going to get much, much worse. So hopefully everybody is prepared at least somewhat. I've talked about prepping before. I'm not talking about having so much food that you're sleeping on it. I'm talking about being prepared for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. There's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, it's your responsibility to be prepared. Have some money in the bank just in case. Have some food just in case. Have some protection just in case. Talking about this, talking about protection, I know I'm going off here when I said I was going to end the video. Everybody needs to be prepared to protect themselves and what they own. It's always darker before the light comes, and everyone should be expecting some hardships, some troubles. Be wise, be smart. Already in this area, crime is beginning to go up as far as robberies, burglaries, break-ins, and so on. In the cities, it's going super high. It is. Everyone's got to be careful, and everyone has to be prepared. I'm not trying to fan the flames of fear or anything like that. It's not about being paranoid. This is just common sense sort of stuff. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself and yours. It's my responsibility to take care of myself and my family. Again, we are in this together. We cannot do this without each other. But there are elements, there are bad actors out there. And yeah, it is what it is. If you have a question for me, email me. Make sure to comment down below about the things that you would like to see on the channel coming up. As mentioned, things are going to be slightly different. I'm sure everybody understands. A personal thank you goes out to everyone. Thank you very much for the support here on the channel. Strength and honor. Goodbye. Check this out. A friend of mine lives further out in the country than I do. Even further out than Lone Wolf Mountain is. And his house is somewhat down in a valley, and he is surrounded by mountains. Essentially, the ridges go all the way around. The other day, he was doing some winter cleanup, and he came across a pile of cigarette butts up on the hill. Somebody had been sitting up there watching his house. Maybe watching him, maybe watching his wife, his kids. It's crazy times. They could get crazier. Most of my viewers, I don't have to say this, but I will. Just because there are some people who may not think about this, but as you prepare for bad things to happen, right? You gather supplies, you have some extra food, some extra money, just in case. Never ever tell anybody this. You don't ever show this off. This is between you and your closest of loved ones. That's it. I will actually talk about this in a future episode, a future adventure, because it's a point that really does need to be made. And that's because so often you will see people sharing pictures of their stockpile, of their guns and their ammo, their food, their toilet paper, whatever. That is a huge mistake. You never, ever, ever disclose that information with anyone. Everybody should prepare. Everybody needs to be prepared. It's the responsible thing to do, but you don't tell anyone, because when people know that you have something, they may want it. And when times get bad enough, they may come and get it. I know that sounds extreme, but it's the truth. That's how things work. That's how humanity works. Again, I will talk about this in a future episode once more, just to make sure that that point really is driven home. By the way, everyone, who wants to join me for a no-shave coronavirus challenge? What do you all think? I haven't shaved since this started. I know that some say that beards aren't a good idea because of it collecting in your beard or whatever, but the thing is, if the virus is on your beard, man, you're infected anyway, so join me if you want to. And make sure to send me some pics, keep me updated on your progress.